Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bethany, and on this channel we talk about the false beliefs taught to women inside the church, and we also shine a light on problematic Christian influencers. So if any of that resonates with you, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, share it with a friend, hit the little notification bell so you'll be notified every single time that I drop a new video, and come hang out with me over on Instagram and TikTok right over here. And be sure to sign up for the Outspoken X Funding newsletter so you will be able to receive videos 12 to 24 hours early before they go public. Today I have another Paul and Morgan video, and actually I did a video on just Morgan talking about the inappropriate attire of women in the gym, and I did a whole entire video on that. I'll put it in the description box below if you have not seen it, if you haven't watched it. I get very, very in-depth on the subject matter coming from somebody who's been in the gym, been personal training since 2015, strongman athlete, and who also has a bachelor's degree in the field of kinesiology. I give y'all my opinion on what she is talking about. Now, I didn't know that they had made a full video of this, and it's called Christians, Let's Talk About the Skimpy Gym Outfits. That's their video title. So we're gonna get into it. Strap up, buckle up. It's about 28 minutes long. Hopefully this video is not gonna be a full hour or whatever, but any hoodles, let's get into today's video.
Morgan, let's do this. The original title we had for our video was, "Are we too hard on girls that dress skimpy at the gym?" Yes, I said it, skimpy. I'm going to call it skimpy. But are we too hard on them? Are we too hard on them? You've made an Instagram reel that got some pushback. I posted today on my Instagram. I'll tell you exactly what I posted. I posted today. Earlier today, I saw Bryson Gray, the rapper, the conservative rapper. He tweeted and said, "Hey women, it's a gym, not the Playboy Mansion." And yes, I shared that on my Instagram, and I said, my thoughts: if girls desire to dress super tight and skimpy while working out, go to an all-girls gym.
Except I don't want to see that, so don't. Just go work out at home.
And somebody actually messaged me that and said, "I'd rather not see that in an all-girls gym, female." But anyway, but I wanted to say this. We are asking ourselves, are we, by making these posts, are we being too hard? Because there is another side to it. So let's hear that other side, Morgan. Let's hear a few of these, maybe some of the pushback comments you got on your reel. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to start naming a few, all right?
Okay, great.
And we will address these. Mm-hmm. And I want to take these, my heart is to take these things seriously and not just be like, shut up. Worldly person. I want to hear these if there's validity to them. So a few that you got and that we've gotten.
Yes.
I wish they'd watch my video because it has a shit ton of validity, because it's not coming from, I mean, it is pushback, but it's coming from a different perspective of, hey, these women 9 times out of 10 have been dealing with a lot of confidence issues, and they are working on it. That's why they're finally able to wear the clothes that they do. And I don't like what he said. Yeah, why don't you just go work out in an all-women's gym? The place that I work out, it is mostly a bodybuilding gym. So there are men and women who are a lot of them are bodybuilders, whether you're doing bikini, figure, physique, wellness, whatever. It is a very, very bodybuilding gym, right? So bodybuilding, if you're not aware, bodybuilding is very, very much about your 100% about your physique, right? So that's what you're being judged on, is what your body looks like. And so I know that a lot of people, make fun of those guys and those girls who kind of flex in the mirror, and sure, I do too. 100% make fun of them. However, there are that few, like, population of they're doing that because they're looking at the symmetry of their muscle structure, right? So when you're bodybuilding, you're trying to be as symmetrical as possible. Whatever. We're not even gonna, but that's why a lot of people in a bodybuilding gym are looking at themselves in the mirror. Okay, so a woman sometimes needs to lift with not a whole bunch of clothes on so they can see themselves. However, I mean, if they wanted to put the shirt on while they're working out, sure, awesome. But even so, if and when they're posing, they're gonna have to take their clothes off. Like, not all of them, but they're gonna have to take their clothes off so they can see. And while they're flexing in the mirror, they need to know, like, their posing coach needs to see all those things. So I don't, that would be so silly to segregate. Okay, women, if you're just wearing spandex, Spanx, in a sports bra, you need to go work out in a women's only gym. Like, that's so stupid. Just don't look at it if it's that bothersome. Which, in the video that I did, I was even asking, like, what is skimpy? What is immodest for her? Like, just dropped her jaw. Like, oh, I cannot believe that she's wearing that. Like, I think that they go on in the video to actually explain what she was wearing. But the way that they're making it out to be is like, this girl, I don't know, freaking, like, wore nothing. You know what I mean? Like, it's so silly, because I'm sure they think that just a bra and spandex is completely immodest for the gym, right? The gym that I go to, it doesn't have air conditioning. It doesn't have air conditioning. And that's why a lot of the girls in there and a lot of the guys work out without garments on, because it's hot as shit. We'll just see.
Would be people pushing back on the tight clothes. Loose clothes can get caught in the machines. Mm-hmm. Also, we want to see our muscles / the progress that we're making. Mm-hmm. Also, men just shouldn't look. Mm-hmm. Very popular one there. Very popular one there. Very popular.
Good, it should be.
Popular. That's a very popular. Okay. Men just shouldn't look. And then also, these women, they just might have different modesty standards than you.
Mm-hmm. Or none.
Those, I would say, are 4 or 5 of the most popular ones.
Yes, I would agree.
She's already not... Oh God, okay, how do I say this? She is already not being open-minded about it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, from the video that I did, it was coming from a very, like, these women have worked on their confidence so much that they're finally able to wear these clothes and feel good in their body, and she's not even given that option, like, a time of day, or just modesty, they just don't have any. Who cares? Like, number one, who cares if they have a modesty whatever anyway? But, like, you're not even allowing yourself to, you know, have a little bit of an open mind. Like, maybe I'm being a little too judgmental. Maybe, you know, I should maybe have an empathy for this person and what they're going through. Maybe she really worked hard on herself and she's finally feeling confident. And maybe she doesn't feel that confident in what she's wearing, but she's really trying. Like, or maybe she has lost so much weight and now she's feeling, like I was saying, like she feels better in her skin because she has been lifting, because she has been moving her body, that she's just going off a limb and she's like, you know what, screw it. I'm going to take my shirt off here and I'm going to try to feel as confident as I can in the body that I have. Like, you don't know what that woman was going through, had gone through, is going through to be able to wear that type of clothing. Like I said in the video, you know, there was that 1%, 2%, whatever that I've experienced that do it out of the attention, out of the damn, I'm the hottest girl in here, blah, 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 I do want man I do want men to look at me, but that is very, in my experience, that mindset is very rare. However, I think that's literally all that Morgan is thinking about.
That I would agree with that.
So Morgan, tell us the story real quick behind that prompted you, that compelled you to make your reel, to make your Instagram reel.
All right, well, we go to a pretty big gym. We work out there a few times a week, and it is the Hoppin' Gym here in Lexington. And I would say there's a range of people and age and attire, but I'd say the most common attire that you see on women my age specifically, maybe a little older or younger, they are just, it's wild. So anywho, I was at the gym
It is a zoo out there.
It's a zoo out there. I was at that gym one day a few weeks ago, and I was walking on the track.
I'm going to cut her off because I just had an idea. Since, throwing it out there, Paula Morgan, if you ever watch this, but if you're thinking possibly that if women dress like this, oh, this is good. Go me. If women dress like this, they should go to an all-women's gym, okay? Since you're the one that's uncomfortable with the way that some of these women dress, why don't you just go to a Christian gym? Or make a Christian gym. Because I know that the YMCA, is very Christian-oriented, Christian business. They do have specific rules on what men and women can and cannot wear, which, we all know that those rules pertain more to women, because I can't wear like a crop top. Like, you can't wear anything showing midriff. You can't just wear a sports bra. Like, you got to cover everything at the Y. And so if it's making you uncomfortable, why don't you change the place where you're working out at, or make your own gym with all the whatever fun modesty rules that you can have for women, and then you can just play all the Christian music that you want, because I'm sure that that's also a complaint that a lot of people have in the gym. Okay.
And whatever, just looking around at life going on around me, and just like out of the corner of my eye, down doing some squats, was this woman. I don't know if she was a Christian or not, so I'm not gonna get on her, but what she was wearing were, I don't even know how to describe it. It was like underwear, basically, and her vagina was falling out of it.
Okay. Oh, goodness. I'm
sorry.
I was literally about to say you don't need to describe it in that much detail, and then you...
the fact that I could see that from, a mile away was just mind-blowing. And she was
I cannot believe you just said that.
She was wearing
can we not have that much visuals with the you describing the top?
She was just wearing basically two tiny triangles on the top. So I was just literally my jaw just dropped when I saw it. I
can't believe you just
saw it, and I quickly looked away and was like, what did I just...
I can't believe you just said the V word. You just said the V word so casually.
I'm sorry. That's what it was, okay?
Why is he freaking out that she said a part of a woman's body? Like, you have a penis, sir, and she has a vagina. I'm not sure if he is like, oh my god, you're giving too much detail because you're gonna make it not good visual for these boys on here and it's gonna be your fault that now they're thinking about a woman's vagina. That's so stupid. No, I'm glad that she went into detail, because now, it does give us a visual, because I was wondering what this person was wearing, but at the same time, does it actually mean that you saw her vagina literally coming out of her pants? Because when I wear my spandex, there are moments if I'm sitting down or doing a certain exercise, I have to adjust my spandex just in case. And if somebody in her position, possibly saw me, oh my god, her vagina was almost out of her spandex. Or if a woman was wearing a few sizes too small of a sports bra. Oh my God, it was just like covering her nipples by that much. Like, is it truly what you're saying? Like, was she almost freaking naked? That's what it's like. It was like she was naked and everything was falling out of her. Because I do not think that, honestly, any gym would necessarily allow somebody, if you're like I was saying, bodybuilding, if you're posing and you're in like the posing room, yeah, you might have your bikini on, but not working out in your bikini. Like, there are a few gym rules, and I don't want to say, oh, she's lying, but I think she's over exaggerating by a lot. In my opinion, I could totally be wrong. I don't think I am. But 2 triangles, like, was this woman very busty? Like, did she have huge boobs and she just didn't have a sports bra that fit her adequately? You know what I'm saying? Like, there are so many different questions that we could be asking, but he's also like, oh my God, you're giving too much detail. These boys are gonna, think about her vagina slipping out now. Now it's just gonna be temptation, is probably what he's thinking. It's so silly.
So that was something that compelled you to get back on your phone and record a little. Tell us just very shortly the reel that you made.
It was a reel of me just being real, being like, what the crap are we doing, ladies?
That was
what is wrong with the world?
It was kind of like that was the crescendo for you that compelled, because you knew you were going to get some pushback on that Instagram reel, but it compelled you like, okay, now I've seen it all. I feel so compelled that I'm going to make a reel about this.
Yeah.
Because it's not like, oh my goodness, there was just a woman wearing that. I got to talk about it. It's like, no,
it just pushed me over the limit.
The gym culture that we have right now, and the sad thing is, a lot of Christians are right there.
Yeah.
Not looking much different, if any different.
That's why I made the reel, because I don't know if that lady was Christian or not, but I know there are women out there who are Christians, professing Christians, dressing like that, and it's just like, what is going on?
So if you're watching this and you're just kind of like, maybe you're coming to this video a little bit defensive, I get it. We don't, you're feeling like, oh, they might step on my toes here, but I feel justified in wearing the stuff they're describing or close to it. Mm-hmm. We just want to approach this just giving our take, and hopefully you'll consider it. But I just want to share very briefly, when I go to the gym, a typical day of me going to the gym.
Mm-hmm, yes.
And I feel like I represent, and real quick, guys, if you appreciate this video and the honesty, help out the algorithms. Give it a thumbs up real quick. We appreciate it. When I go to the gym, my typical gym day, oftentimes it's, I get to the gym and I'm walking the track and I have to pray and say, Lord, Holy Spirit, help me. I'm going to try to do my part here. You please help me. Give me grace to not struggle, to not have my eyes linger. Like, it's because, like Morgan said, it's a jungle out there. And just that one girl doing squats, there's plenty more where that came from. And I being a pure red-blooded male, is that how they say it?
Never heard that statement in my life.
I sometimes, and I don't have to do this every time, but sometimes I pray and say, Holy Spirit, help me here to remain perfectly pure.
A part of me is annoyed, and another part has empathy and sympathy, and I just feel fucking bad for him, because I remember doing this, and I also remember just thinking a man was attractive was automatically lusting. Like, you couldn't say, oh yeah, he's super sexy, like, yeah, he's super hot. Like, those words were only supposed to be for your future husband, and you couldn't continuously talk about how attractive a man was, because that was automatically lusting. And lusting, obviously, we know in the Bible to sin, whatever. And so in the Bible also, when you're married, it is said that if you look at a woman with lust, you've already committed adultery. So biblically speaking, if you are married and you're looking at somebody else with lust, or with, oh my God, yeah, they are they are very attractive. Like in another life, you know, I might be with whatever, or like just go down the road with how attractive they are, but actually not crossing that cheating line. Biblically, you've already done it. And that's so very interesting to me. So I do feel kind of bad for him because he still has that mentality, because that also brings on a lot of shame and a lot of guilt. Because like I said, in the Bible, if you already look at somebody with lust, you've already committed adultery. So though I kind of make fun of him, like, I understand why he's trying to be so guarded, because if he looks at another woman and says, oh my God, like she has an attractive body, like she's very beautiful, and just leaves it at that, we all know that's not a big deal, right? Like, whatever, you're not crossing the line of like, oh yeah, I'd, you know, do her 2 ends of next week or whatever. I just made that up. But you get what I'm saying. So there's definitely a difference in those two mindsets, but in the Bible, there's only one. Like, even saying, yeah, she's pretty, tells a woman and tells other people, oh, so you've looked. So you're looking at this woman who's not your wife. And it's very, very touchy, like those subjects are. So I understand, again, where he's coming from. I do feel bad for him, but at the same time, it's super, super silly. And like I said, dude, if they are uncomfortable, go to the Y. And then you can work out with like 80-year-old women. Do that.
Of my eyes and thoughts and all that. Also, I have to look down a decent amount. So if I'm see from a distance a girl like the girl Morgan described walking towards me down this short hallway, it gets almost awkward, because if I'm at Walmart, you know, I'm trying to make eye contact and say hey to, not say hey to people, but just hey neighbor. I'm trying to be respectful, but I literally am like looking down at the ground, probably coming across a little rude. That's just how I'm protecting myself. And I guess one other little story for maybe girls that are just kind of oblivious to it, because I don't think every girl is guilty of wanting to seduce the men at the gym, wanting to get lustful looks and attention. I think there is genuinely, what do you think? I think there's some naivety.
Yes. I think there's naivety and this like, well, I'm just doing my thing, like I'm not showing off, I'm not trying to like get in front of men and like tell them to look at my body. Like, if I were doing that, then that would be one thing, but I'm not. I'm just going and doing my workout, so what's the big deal? And it's like, okay, but you're going and doing your workout squatting down in front of 10 men standing behind you doing arms.
So to those who may be in the naivety group, I was at the gym a while back, standing by the basketball court, and I look over and see a girl on the treadmill wearing very tight, revealing clothes. And I kind of just turn back towards the guys that I'm close to, and I see one of the dudes there. He looks over, takes a nice long look, turns back, elbows his buddy, signals with his head. They both look. Like, that's just happening.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but it's just happening.
Yeah.
It's just happening. So anyway, here's just a question, Morgan, and I don't necessarily know the perfect answer, but a question I want to ask you.
And this is what I learned, being one of the, at this time I think I was the only girl, but sometimes there would be like 2 or 3 girl on a collegiate drumline full of men who've already had sex, me walking in there still with my purity ring, not saying a curse word, being very, very blunt with the way that I thought about relationships, blah, 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 blah. I learned a lot, number one, but I learned that, yeah, if you're wearing those types of clothes, sure, you know, there are going to be those men who look at you, whatever. But at the same time, even if you're wearing damn sweatpants, there are times when men are still gonna look and still be super curious and still think you're attractive.
You guys, I want to ask Morgan, should we listen to our Christian brothers that are in the camp, and there are plenty. The 2 guys messaged me on Instagram after I posted it and said, I don't go to the gym for this reason. It's pretty much what they said, for what's taking place at most gyms. should we listen to these brothers if a great many of them said, yes, those outfits are difficult for me. They're tempting for me, and it makes it tough to go to the gym. Should our response is so many girls, I know in the live chat right now, I've seen the pre-live chat, so many girls' response to that would be, that's their problem. That's not our problem. Should that be our response? If not, what should our response be?
No, that definitely shouldn't be our response. If we look at the word and just like honoring our brothers and sisters in Christ, like it is our responsibility to do what we can do to honor the people around us. And then it's up to the other people around us to do their responsibility.
Then Morgan, with that logic, you should probably start wearing a potato sack to the gym, or just wrap a freaking trash bag around you, and even literally cover your whole entire body so nobody knows who you are, what gender you are, like anything. Because if a man even looks at your face, his mentality could go straight to smashing. And even like your freaking toes, dude. Yeah, that's a thing. If you're showing them little piggies off to some guys, they're gonna go off like, oh, them feet. Like you can't just not show your whole entire body because of what men might think of it, right? Like you if you want to live in this freedom that you claim that you are living in, you can't be so limited to what you're wearing. Now, I think she's gonna go, baggy t-shirts, just gym shorts, blah, 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 blah. But speaking of being naive, you are naive if you do not think that some men looking at you are not automatically thinking of something sexual. Even if you're wearing a baggy shirt and just like black shorts or something. I'm not trying to excuse the male mentality, whatever, but I've been around so many men my whole entire life that potentially could even be like where their brain like boom goes. They're very sexual beings. That is biology. That's a part of a male structure. So and they're very visual. That's why a lot of men have more of the PORN problem than women do. I'm not saying you can't like a woman can't have that problem. I'm not saying that. I'm saying more men have that. We're very, very visual creatures. So they can go, 0 to freaking 60 so quick because they just look at you and they're like, hell yeah. But I mean, for them, some of them, it's just like, man, just another thought. I'm going to go on about my day. But Paul, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, you have friends, like, there are Christian men who don't go to the gym because of that. Number one, I think that's a complete cop-out to not go to the gym and not work out. But two, being a wife of a man who says, hey, I get so tempted to lust when I go out to the gym that I just cannot go. Like, that would be concerning for me. Not, I honor you for really, really, being vulnerable about that. No, if you cannot control your brain and your other brain down there being around women, like, please, God, don't even go to freaking Walmart. Like, don't even go grocery shopping. Because I've seen women dress a certain way when they're going grocery shopping too, or like even going outside to walk their dogs or whatever. It's not just in the gym. I feel like that is such a freaking cop-out to not want to work out and to feel like they're being such a holier person than the other men who are going into the gym. I think that's so absolutely ridiculous. Okay, that's the other men they're talking about. Let's get back to here.
You said that. It's up to the guys to do our responsibility. For me, pray and ask the Lord for help, and then choosing, Paul, like, you choose where your eyes are going to go and where they're going to linger. Yeah. That's my responsibility. Yeah. But yeah, as far as the females, what should their response be to the many Christian guys that are in that camp.
Yeah, and that would be to honor them, and so do what you can. If you hear the majority of Christian men saying, like, yeah, you know, the sports bra and super tight spandex is tempting and I have to fight that, like, then stop wearing that to the gym if you know that most men that you ask who are honest with you say that that's hard. Like, why would you continue wearing that? You know, if you know now, you have the knowledge now.
I am telling you right now, the only man that I will honor in my life will be my husband, is my husband, right? So if my husband came to me and said, hey, those spandex that you wore the other day, I noticed that when you were squatting or doing whatever, I could really, like, they were pretty revealing, and I just don't necessarily feel very comfortable with you wearing that 100%, because I trust my husband wholeheartedly, and we both know our hearts. And if he said, hey, I just don't feel comfortable, like I did see a few dudes like look at and you just whatever, sure, wrap it up, you got it. I will not wear that because I'm honoring my husband. But if another dude was like, hey, I feel like I'm checking you out, and in your workout clothes, if you could not wear that, sir, listen, grow a pair and figure it out. Like, figure it out. Because you should not, I know where she's coming from because I was in that same mentality, but women, you do not have to cater yourselves for the sake of comfortability of other men, okay? Now, I don't want that to be like, I'm an independent woman, I can do whatever I want. I'm not coming up with that energy, because like I said, the only man I will honor would be my husband. And if he comes to me saying, hey, something, you know, you said, you did, you wore, maybe uncomfortable, 100%, like, let's talk about it, let's change things, whatever. But no other man should be able to I'm like gripping my freaking seat. No other man should be able to tell you, hey, this made me super uncomfortable and it makes me, like, want to lust. Like, that should make you as a woman feel uncomfortable. That a man saying, hey, when you wear this certain thing, it makes me want to check you out. But you're a sister in Christ, and I can tell you that. Huh? No, that's freaking weird. That's freaking weird. Like, don't do that. Again, for the third time, if you feel uncomfortable for the clothes that some women are wearing, go to another fucking gym.
This is a common outfit that makes a man lust or struggle with the temptation of lust.
Morgan, what about those that say, and I think this does happen, I've heard Christians that I respect you say this, men are going to lust no matter what I wear. Men will lust to the girls. Again, I'm trying to hear your side here. The girls that say, oh, okay, maybe I won't wear that, but I'll wear something very modest, and men are still going to lust after me.
Well, then it's like, okay, you've done all that you can do. You've honored them by wearing what you've worn, and that's between them and God now, if they're choosing to continue to allow lustful thoughts coming into their mind. But guys, like, if you're wearing a potato sack, they're not probably it's gonna be a lot less tempting for the majority of men to lust after you compared to you wearing a sports bra and the tightest leggings that have the little scrunchy thing up the butt crack that make it look like you're wearing a thong on the outside of your pants.
Can we just choose to live in the real world?
There's just common sense.
Like, can we just choose to live in the real world?
Why do we choose to be so like, we choose to ignore common sense? I don't understand that.
And you don't.
Okay, she's saying common sense, and he's saying, hey, can we just live in the real world? You going to a gym where women are gonna wear those scrunchy little yoga pants and a form-fitting sports bra, form-fitting whatever, that's the real world. And I don't understand why she's saying, can we just have common sense? Like, that, like, what is that supposed to mean, really? Because common sense would just be wear tennis shoes to the gym and not sandals. Not, hey, don't wear a sports bra and workout pants. That doesn't make sense. Like, she's not using the right term. Use common sense. Don't wear workout clothes. Like, that doesn't make any logical sense to me.
You don't even have to wear a potato sack.
No,
that's like an incredibly extreme
Right.
example. I like you going to the gym, looking pretty.
You can look cute.
Even showing your arms and like
Yes.
when you're exercising, but it's using decency.
Yeah.
We realize there's some gray area there, but it's a shirt that dips down and covers your butt a little bit, or tying something there. I mean, just again, it should be common sense decency in my opinion, but I do agree there is some gray area, and the one objection was, well, maybe her standards aren't the same as yours.
Right.
True.
And I do understand that there are different levels or like standards or beliefs when it comes to modesty.
That's true.
But like, I feel, and this is just my personal opinion,
Yeah, what do you
I
got?
feel like we could all come to agreement on the fact that if we're wearing something that is so tight that reveals every curve, every crack on our body, like leaves very little to the imagination for man or woman, like that's probably not the best piece of clothing to wear out in public where people are going to be staring at you. Or not even staring, but just like passing by you. Like, why are we leaving zero mystery to our bodies anymore? It's like,
Why should there be mystery or imagination to the body? Like, if you're genuinely wearing something for you, you're not automatically caring about what others think are thinking about your body. She's not getting it. She's not understanding that people like a woman will put something on and they're not thinking, oh, this is gonna leave something to the imagination. Or like me, oh my god, like me, I wear my husband's like 3X shirts usually, depending on what I'm lifting, and yoga pants, just black shorts or whatever. And I'm not thinking, oh, this super baggy shirt and my athletic shorts are for sure leaving stuff to the imagination for the guys at the gym who are looking at me. No, I'm wearing it because it's freaking hot in there and I don't like skin tight stuff. That's just me, but I also know a lot of other women who prefer to wear the skin tight, sports bra, whatever, yoga pants without shirts or whatever, because there's no AC in there. And I understand that too. But they're also not like, I'm not gonna leave stuff to the imagination. Like, I'm not gonna leave it. Like, nobody's thinking that. You're only thinking in that way because that's in the church. That's what you were taught to think of secular people, secular women who are going to the gym and wearing the stuff that makes you uncomfortable.
wear the tightest thing that you can possibly wear. And I'm talking about Christians as well. Like, well, it's just weird.
It's sad to see Christians in this area, in my opinion, conforming to the world rather than, what are we called to be? We're called to be salt. Salt. Mm-hmm. It's salty. Salt is not just a bland, lukewarm. If it loses its saltiness, it can't be made salty again. Like, it's useful for nothing. We're called to be salt. We're called to be light. Light, it's different than the darkness. Salt is different than the bland stuff. Mm-hmm. But it's like in this area, we've just decided we're just going to look just like the world. We're going to look a lot like the world. Yeah. And it's like, does modesty get left behind when you go to the gym?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, is that the mindset of, okay, well, are we wearing maybe stuff we shouldn't just everywhere? But like, what's the,
Look, I get it. Like, I really do. And I said this in my reel. I am not claiming to be the perfect picture of modesty. I know that there are things that I probably wear that some women think that's not modest. But I think the first issue is like with our heart. What are we putting on? Like, what's it going on in our heart when we put on these super tight revealing things and we go work out at the gym? Is it like a genuine desire, zero desire to have people look at us, to have people admire our hard work? Is it literally like, I'm wearing this stuff for my safety because I don't want to get a weight caught on my looser shirt or my pants sucked up in a machine.
I want to hit these real quick, but keep going though.
So that's just my thing is like, I have struggled in the past with wanting to wear tighter things to the gym because I want to show off my hard work. Like, I've worked hard for these muscles. I've worked hard for a flatter stomach. I've worked hard for a whatever.
I don't even think that's totally bad. Like, I've worked hard for this, but there's lines.
Right. But it's like, why do I want people to look at me? Like, why do I need other men's eyes on me? I don't. Like, I've got my husband's eyes. And if you're single, you should be desiring to protect your image in all ways
for your future
spouse, because like there's a beauty to the fact that there is one man that gets to see every curve and carving of my body. Like, there really is something very beautiful and special about that. And the fact that we've kind of gotten off of that and we no longer really care, and we actually have this desire for everyone to stare at us, for everyone to admire every curve of us, is sad. Because that's not the way, I don't believe that's the way God intended it to be.
And that's also not the case. And she just said, I totally understand. Like, I totally get it. No, you don't. Because you're still thinking that the reason why women wear tight clothes is because they want the adoration, they want the eyes of other people. That is not the case. So you therefore do not understand.
And so we as Christians have got to be careful.
All right, Morgan, hit us. What would you be your response to loose clothes get caught in the equipment?
That's absolutely ridiculous. Men are constantly wearing baggy sweatshirts and pants, and I don't think I've ever seen a man at our gym get caught in a machine saying, help.
Yeah, I completely agree. That's absolutely ridiculous. I've never seen my many years of working out, being a trainer, being in the gym, never once have I ever seen that. And I am that girl that wears her husband's 3X shirts, and I'm fine. Like, I would beg to argue that the person who said that doesn't work out. And is that a judgment call? Sure. But I've never, like, that's never happened. Okay.
Help me. My string for my hoodie's stuck, and I'm choking and dying. I don't think that it's ever happened, so I think that's a little goofy, but.
So that's kind of a cop-out. I mean, I'm sure that there has been something.
There are plenty of things that you can wear that might be a little looser, but aren't so loose that it's going to cause danger to your life.
All right.
From the machine.
What about the next one? And again, I'm okay with this one personally, as long as you're just not obsessed with your body and just staring at it and flexing for like 30 minutes in the mirror. But like, I'm okay with people that want to see their progress and they're working on their arms and their legs. And when they're doing it, they're wanting to see the muscle groups.
Right.
So,
once again, there's literally so many tank tops and leggings and shorts that you can wear that just aren't so revealing.
Okay, perfect.
It's just another excuse.
I agree. What about the men just shouldn't look? That will solve all the problems. I can wear whatever I want, and men just shouldn't look.
Well, I liked one of the top comments from one of my friends. She actually posted on my reel, and she said, I go to the gym naked and men look at me. What creeps? It's just that idea of like, you're gonna do something, you're gonna wear something or not wear something, and people are gonna look. And for you to think that they're not gonna look is so, honestly, it's like prideful and selfish of you to like think that people aren't, I don't know, it's just weird that you're dressing a certain way and then mad that people are noticing that you're dressing a certain way. So no, they're gonna look. That's just the reality. That's the world we live in. I don't know. It just seems weird to me.
All right. I mean, again, guys.
There is responsibility on.
Yes and no. Yes and no to that. If you're wearing certain clothes, are men gonna look? Maybe. However, you are 100% justified in getting mad if men are being gross about it. like gawking, like literally looking at you and just looking down, looking up, and making sexual gestures. Yeah, you have every right to be mad about that. 100%. If you're just wearing like a freaking sports bra and spandex and you just see man after man, or whatever, the same man just gawking at you and making you feel uncomfortable because of what you're wearing, 100%. You are 100% justified to be mad about that, right? She's coming at it like, well, of course men are gonna look at you if you wear this, and this. Like, you can't get mad if they're gawking at you while wearing that. No, you're not asking for that. You're working out at a freaking gym.
Men, okay? Yes, there is. But if you are literally flaunting everything you've got and expecting them not to look and admire it, like, come on. If you're this sexy, beautiful woman and you're showing off your sexiness to someone else other than your husband, of course they're gonna look.
Or they're going to, awkwardly look down at the floor,
right,
and all that stuff. What about Morgan, they just might have different modesty standards than you. These girls that you're pushing back on what they're wearing. They might be Christians that just happen to have different modesty standards.
Yeah, and I think that we've addressed that, but I really do. I have to continuously challenge myself, and I'm going to challenge you women out there who are believers. Like, why are we wanting to show our bodies off like that? Why do we not find full satisfaction in just our husbands taking pleasure in that? And if you're single, why are you desiring and needing that type of attention? And if you're saying, well, I'm not doing it for attention, I'm literally just working out, I would just say, can you find some clothes that you can work out in that are just, you have the knowledge, that are just considered more modest, and until you're married, and then you can go work out naked at your house if you feel like that's what you need to do. But
Morgan, just give a real quick example of like what would be, because I like you looking cute. I like you looking cute when we're at home, when we go out. What would be a cute but modest outfit that you would wear to the gym? Give them an example.
Well, I do wear tighter things to the gym. I will wear leggings or spandex, whatever you want to call them. Leggings from Aerie, that's like the only leggings I own. I'll wear leggings and a tank top, and then I have a little green like thing that I just like. It's a long sleeve workout shirt, and I just tie that around my waist and it covers my butt. If I'm in the women's only room, I might take that thing that covers my butt off, because I think whatever, and maybe that's a conversation. Some people might say, why would you do that? Keep it covered. And a lot of times I do, but or I have like leggings and these workout tank tops that are just a little bit flowier, that go down a little longer and cover my butt.
I like those.
I have shorts that are like spandex, and then they have like the looser material over them. Like, I think Free People has them, Aerie has them, Hollister, I think I got a pair from Hollister. Those, and a tank top or a short sleeve shirt,
and
whatever.
Morgan, every so often, like once in a blue moon, I will see a pretty woman at the gym, and she's done she's got like the shirt tied around her. And I'm just like, I immediately am like, man, I appreciate you doing that. Like, I just appreciate, and not, that's just simply just in the most.
He appreciates it so he doesn't end up lusting after his sister in Christ.
Simple way, I'm like, thank you for just,
because it's rare, sadly.
It's rare. Thank you for valuing that. Whatever your motives are, I'm just gonna assume you just value modesty, and I appreciate it. Appreciate you doing that. Thanks for being an example. Like, if suddenly 3/4 of the women at the gym were doing that, we might see kind of a turning of the tides, even in the secular world. All right, guys, comment below. What are your thoughts on the...
Okay, now that video is done, this video is gonna be done. Dear God, there's no common ground, I don't think. And she's still yet, after so many times, I understand, I know where you're coming from. No, you don't. You still don't understand. Okay, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. I'm gonna put the other video that I did of her reel. I'm going to put that in the description box so you can go ahead and look at it. And always remember that you're a fierce and powerful motherfucking person, and I appreciate you so very much. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.